and Joe Biden came out and delivered a fiery speech.
Now, folks, I don't know what you did last night, but I spent 90 minutes on a stage debating a guy who has the morals of an alley cat.
This is not 2020. This is 2016. I'm warning you guys. We are watching 2016 unfold in front of our eyes again. Okay? This is not 2020. This is 2016. This is a warning. This is 2016. Everyone is going, hey, dude, perhaps we shouldn't be, putting Hillary Clinton up as the candidate. Everybody hates her. She's like genuinely unlikable. Doesn't seem to be a good idea. Except in 2016, yes, Central Committee is correct. Hillary Clinton was also winning in the polls. Okay? Hillary Clinton was winning in the polls. This is 2016 with like worse and some of the aspects of it are better. Obviously, Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump one time. Donald Trump is no longer the outsider. He was the president. Everybody remembers that. So they've already made up their minds on it. So he doesn't have the advantage of having name recognition with a potential for framing himself as a moderate. Everybody knows what he is. Everybody knows what he brings to the table. Okay. Having said that, he's also, he's also a felon. So there's that. If you wasn't so ripped, no one would be here. Thank you for saying that, especially at the top of the hour when you were using this compliment as possibly a way to debate me into reading your comment and then serving a 3-minute ad break. See, it didn't work. I called it. Does it even matter that he's a felon? Yes, it does. As far as can he run for president? It doesn't matter. Of course, he can still run for president. But the fact he's a felon does actually cause at least some independents to turn around and go, I'm not going to vote for a felon. Americans are very stupid on that front. They're very moralistic on things like that. They're very draconian. Binders full of women sunk Romney and now being a felon is final him out. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Trump has Riz. That's it. He's got Riz. Anyway. At the top of the hour, though, Riz won't save you. Brandon won't save you. A $5 a month subscription or a free one in the form of a Twitch Prime will save you. That's the only thing that can save you other than getting gifted a sub. Here's the 3-minute break now. Binders full of women and Mitt Romney being out of touch and weird and super Mormon and all the things that accompany him being super Mormon definitely made him less likable to the broader broader electorate. He also tied a dog to the top of his car. He did a lot of weird shit. Anyway, let's continue though. Let's continue with Brandon.
Did you see Trump last night? My guess he said, I mean it sincerely, a new record for the most lies told in a single debate. He lied about the great economy he created. He lied about the pandemic he botched, killing millions of people. He closed businesses. He closed schools, losing their homes, people all over this country.
He closed businesses and he closed schools. Biden coming out and being like, yeah, the lockdowns were actually bad. Donald Trump's the lockdown guy. Nice, dude.
America's flat on its back. So I told Trump that he was just one of 2 presidents in American history who left office with fewer jobs than he started. Herbert Hoover was the other one. That's why I call him Donald Herbert Hoover Trump.
Wow, banger king. Keep posting through it. What a banger, king. Looks like that shit finally kicked in. Bro, it's early. It's not contested. It's a very different circumstance. 34 MKD50 with 100, lacing up 100 people at the top of the hour, allowing them to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Holy moly.
And then he lied about how great he was for veterans. But
He's
then,
reading off a teleprompter too.
I
Like
told
there's
him
so
how
many
he called a
reasons.
veteran who had given their lives in the country in World War I and refused to go to the grave sites. He called them suckers and losers. He tried to deny it. But let me ask you, are you going to believe a 4-star Marine general, his own former Chief of Staff, John Kelly, who said he said that? Or the disgrace defeating a lying Donald Trump? My son was one of those people. Not a World War, but in the... Folks, look, how about the fact...
See, when someone talked, it like, even then, he just like, it fucks his speech up. I'm telling you, he cannot deal with even like positive hecklers. You know what I mean? Like it just, I'm telling you, his brain does not have the capacity to fucking even read the teleprompter when there's like other voices that are directly trying to reach him. Okay.
At 44...
He got lucky too, because he was about to say Vietnam, and then the guy saved his ass.
How about the fact, that's okay. How about the fact that 40 out of his 44 top advisors, including the vice president, aren't supporting him this time around? The people who know him best, 40 of them said, I will not support the man I work for this time around. It tells you a lot about the person who knows him. Look, he lied about how great he was on crime. I had to remind him that he oversaw a record increase in murder rates in 2020. On my watch, violent crime has hit a 50-year low. There's more to do with a 50-year low. And then I pointed out but the only convicted criminal on the stage last night was Donald Trump. When I thought about his 34 felony convictions, his sexual assault on a woman in a public place, his being fined $400 million for business fraud, I thought to myself, Donald Trump isn't just a convicted felon. Donald Trump is a one-man crime wave. He's got more trials. He's got more trials coming up. Well, it's time for that. Look, the thing that bothers me maybe most about him, he has no respect for women or the law. He doesn't. And then, his biggest lie, he lied about how he had nothing to do with the insurrection of January 6th. We all saw with our own eyes. We watched it on television. We saw thousands in his direction attack the Capitol. We saw police being attacked, the Capitol being ransacked, the mob hunting for Speaker Pelosi, gallows literally set up for Mike Pence. And then he told them as he sat in the dining room, the private dining room, one door off my Oval Office. He sat there for 3 hours watching the TV. He did not a single thing to stop it. Nothing. Nothing at all. And now he wants to pardon all those convicted and criminals. But folks, for all his lies, we learned some important truths about Donald Trump last night. We learned he's still proud of being the person who killed Roe v. Wade. We learned, we learned he's still proud about the pain and cruelties inflicted on America's women. We learned he still believes that politicians.
Bro, even his voice is different right now. This is like, this is kind of crazy. Like, yeah, I get it. He's going to do better in a crowd when he's in a room full of his fans. And like no one is trying to like own him. He's not like worried about that kind of thing. But like last night, he couldn't even speak, bro. He couldn't even, he's reading a teleprompter. That's the key difference here. But even then, it's also in the morning. That's another big difference. But I'm telling you, his voice sounds good. Like his voice sounds normal. Last night, he was whispering. Like, what the fuck? What happened? Like you can't make the difference on that front. Why is his voice so different? The fuck's going on?
Not doctors and women should make decisions about a woman's health. We learned that if he's elected again and the MAGA Republicans pass a national ban on abortion, he will sign it. Donald Trump says he thinks overturning Roe v. Wade was a beautiful thing. I think it was a nightmare. No, I really mean it, a nightmare. And I made it clear again last night that if you elect me and Kamala, you give us a Democratic Congress, we will make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again.
Bro, you're the president right now, though. Like, that makes... Bro, this is the stupidest fucking thing to say as well. Because it's like, yeah, okay, you're trying to get reelected. I get it. But, like, you're currently the president in office. And you've been the president in office for 4 years. And you actually did have Congress, too. Like, up until the midterms, you had Congress.
He continued to lie. He said, I quadruple taxes. Where the hell has he been? Which is a simple lie. I didn't raise a tax on anyone in America if they made less than $400,000 a year. And I won't in my second term either. We learned that Trump, who had the largest deficit of any president in 4 years because of a $2 trillion tax cut to the super wealthy, we learned that Trump wants to give another giant tax cut for the very wealthy and the biggest corporations. This time, $5 trillion, not a joke, $5 trillion. To pay for it, he's going to cut Medicare and Social Security. He'll cut health care. He'll do it all with millions of working and middle-class Americans all pay for another tax cut.
It's kind of wild to think about, but if he delivered half of these talking points with like this level of intensity last night against Donald Trump, the conversation would be so different right now. Like the conversation right now would be victory laps. He'd be picking up like 8 points. Meanwhile, the New York Times editorial board is asking him to drop out, saying enough is enough. We've seen enough. You can't keep this going. Such is the nature of being this age. The New York Times chat. The New York Times op-ed editorial board. I mean, they basically did this last night, by the way. So it's not shocking to me that they came out with this because pretty much every single person that writes op-eds for the New York Times wrote this op-ed in as many words as they possibly could say. But that is massive. And they did this. They did this after Barack Obama defended Joe Biden. You have to understand something. Barack Obama is God. Barack Obama is king. Barack Obama is literally a religious deity for these liberals. Okay? So when he says, nah, Joe's going to keep going, the fact that they came out with this still on top of everything else is wild. King of droning innocent lives away. Yeah, these guys don't care about that. They like that shit, okay? He's king because of it, not in spite of it even. This is massively consequential.
For the very wealthy. Then, to add insult to injury, he wants to raise taxes on the average family $2,500 a year. What amounts to a new 10% sales tax on all products imported in America. That's his new plan for food, coffee, candy bars, and so much more. It's going to raise the tax on the average family $2,500 a year. And most dangerously, though, we learned that Donald Trump will not respect this year's election outcome. He's still not respecting the last time out. Well, think about it. Every court in Iran ruled that it was a fair election. He's still denying it, still telling lies. 3 times, Trump was asked last night by the moderators, would he respect the election results if he lost this time? 3 times he refused to answer. 3 times. Folks, Donald Trump refused to accept the results in 2020. We all saw what happened on January the 6th. It's a direct consequence of that. It was an international embarrassment. By the way, as I go to these international meetings, I know every major world leader, and I literally, because I've been around, as you might have noticed. But they asked me, did he really mean this? Was this real? It caused a constitutional crisis and international embarrassment. Now, Trump is making it clear that if he doesn't win this time, there will be, in his words, bloodshed. No president has ever said anything like that. No president. His words, not mine. We're going to let Donald Trump attack our democracy again? I don't think so. Folks,
this is bad because it's good. This means that the divisions inside of the Democratic Party will worsen. Like last night, they were united. We got to take Biden out. This will give them like some level of, this will give them like a glimmer of hope because people are so desperate for it.
we've come a long way. We've come a long way from the mess that Donald Trump left us. We came out of the pandemic. We're a long way from where Donald Trump telling us to inject bleach in our skin, that COVID is not that dangerous. Today, we have the strongest economy in the world without exception. 15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, unemployment under 4% for a record 2 years in a row. Historic Black and Hispanic unemployment down. Historic creation of small businesses in Black and all communities across the nation, particularly in rural areas. Historic economic growth. Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3% and is still going down. I know we have more to do to get prices down. We have to take on corporate greed. They're making twice the profit they were before the pandemic. We got to make housing more affordable, provide child care, make the tax code fair. 16 Nobel winners of the economic Nobel Prize have looked at my economic plan this week. They issued a report and a Trump's plan. Here's what they concluded. They said that my plan would continue to grow the economy and bring down inflation. 16 Nobel laureates. And that Trump's plan would send the nation into recession and inflation soaring through the roof. Well, don't take my word for it. Folks, let me close with this. I know I'm not a young man. State the obvious. Well, I know.
Bro, this level of dick riding, like mass dick riding, should be illegal, okay? Shame on you. Shame on you, Raleigh. You guys literally fucking, oh my God, dude. You guys went nutty mode on this shit. You're dick riding this man harder than he dick rides Israel. I've never seen something like this. By the way, this is so fucking, like, it's so similar to MAGA in so many ways, including the 4 more years chant. Straight up.
Well, I don't. Folks,
They're saying
I
Trump.
don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth.
Do you though?
I know right from wrong.
Like, you might know what the truth is. You might consider yourself to be on the side of truth, sure. Okay, especially in comparison to Trump. You are a more truthful person. But let me tell you something. You definitely don't know how to tell the truth in terms of telling it last night in the way that you told it last night.
And I know how to do this job. I know how to get things done. And I know, like millions of Americans know, when you get knocked down, you get back up. I know what it took to take our economy from the depths of the pandemic to where it is today, the strongest economy in the world. I know what it'll take to bring this economy to everybody. I know what it'll take to rally the world, to stand up against Putin and defend freedom, not yield to him. And I know what it'll take to keep the world safe and free for the years ahead. Folks, I give you my word as a Biden, I would not be running again if I didn't believe with all my heart and soul I can do this job. Because quite frankly, the stakes are too high. The stakes are too high.
Yeah, that's why you need to drop out. Like, you're not wrong. That's what's wild about this entire process is like, yeah, a second Trump term would be fucking unimaginably bad for America. But like, other people are finally recognizing that. It's so crazy how vindicated Cenk is, especially. Because, like, he's been fucking screaming from the rooftops. Like, ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't really care about the Democratic Party as much as he does. Like, he still thinks that there is like a genuine way to the genuine way to change the outcome. But it's so weird to be like, yeah, democracy's on the ballot. Like, a second Trump presidency is going to fucking ruin things. And that's why you need to, push my carcass over the finish line. Like, that's insane.
Donald Trump is a genuine threat to this nation. He's a threat to our freedom. He's a threat to our democracy. He's literally a threat for everything America stands for. Look, he doesn't understand what I think all of you do. America is the finest, the most unique nation in the world. We're the only nation in the world, and I mean this sincerely, it's a fact statement, not a hyperbolic statement, it's fact. We're the only nation in the world built on an idea. All the nations built on ethnicity, geography, and other religion, but we're built on an idea that we're all created equal. We deserve to be treated equally throughout our lives. We've never fully lived up, and I'll be damned in the year 2024, just 2 years. Just 2 years before the 250th anniversary of our Declaration of Independence, that I'll let Donald Trump walk away from it. I give you my word. I give you my word as a Biden. We're still a nation. I believe we're still a nation that believes in honesty and decency and treating people with respect. I still believe we're a nation that gives everyone a fair shot and leaves nobody behind. We're still a nation that gives hate no safe harbor. And we're still the beacon to the world. We can never give up what makes America, America. Donald Trump is motivated by revenge and retribution. Well, revenge and retribution never built a damn thing. You and I, we Americans, are a nation of hope, optimism, and possibilities. That's what always built America. That's going to continue to build America today. The choice in this election is simple. Donald Trump will destroy our democracy. I will defend it. So, folks, are you with me? Donald Trump's the first president I've heard of that stood up there running for president, having been one for one term, saying America's a failing nation. Where the hell does he think he is? I'm serious. A failing, I don't know a president wouldn't trade places with America in a heartbeat. He's dead wrong. America's not a losing nation. America's winning. As I stand here today, I can honestly say I'm never more optimistic about America.
Dude. This is copium, by the way. Like, this is maxed out copium. This is when you fucking max out the copium. Like, America is doing great. It's doing fine. It's doing so great. We're the best. I swear we're the best. I promise you we're the best. It's just like vague gesturing patriotically. Yeah. If anything, Biden's performance, including Trump's performance last night, showed that we are not the best. Okay? It actually was conclusive evidence to prove that we are not the best or doing the best. Nations that are the best do not have a cadaver against like an absolute fucking fascist psychopath. Okay? We're also so not doing the best that the fucking New York Times editorial board, like I said, as of like half an hour ago, is demanding Joe Biden drop out and be replaced. That's crazy. I cannot believe I'm in almost complete agreement with the New York Times editorial board on a especially during a fucking presidential election. Yeah, it was pretty funny when Thomas L. Friedman said he weeped. The weepy bitch, you weepy baby.
America's future, my whole career. We just have to remember who we are. We're the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity, nothing when we act together. You got it. So may God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Let's go get them, North Carolina.